Hello, my friends. Thanks for coming. What is your word for God? What do you think about God? Is it origin, source, one force, Allah? We have so many words searching for the same concept here. At the end of this, I'll give you my word for God. But in the meantime, I want to share a meditation that I did in January of 1987 with my mother-in-law because she was a very religious person. And I was doing this with her when she was in the world of spirit. She said, God is the source of light and life and the very beginning and the very end. I asked about our purpose, and she said, like explorers, we want to see how far we can go. And it's natural for us to want to go as far as we can. But the complexities of experience platforms are mind-boggling. I asked if this was as far as we could go in expressions from God here on earth. And she said, no, there are expressions that are devoid of life. And yet these are still expressions of God as well. Our purpose has to do with completion. Many aspects of God must be derived and expressed and experienced. Eventually, we merge when complete, and we cease to know ourselves as anything separate from God. She showed this to me like a yo-yo, moving out into the links of all the experience and then back through all the layers of complexity. She said the layers are both vertical and horizontal, but the whole is a wheel. And the way I saw it was God was on the outside. She said, think of a vinyl record, and the grooves are your lifetimes. Actually, she said, everything on earth right now is in the same groove. And like the needle that skips over the grooves, we can change experience platforms in between lives and choose to experience different things. All of the combinations have to exist. All of God's potential has to be expressed. The potential of all the potentials have to be expressed. Everything has to be expressed. We participate and make choices to participate as a flowering of God's potential. The center of the record represents the most coagulated energy. It is less dynamic. She said everything is energy, not matter. What we think of as dense matter is just the embodiment of less energy. Our desire and yearning to be united with Source makes us feel comfortable with our state of being at any juncture, knowing we are and will be merged with God again. She said, everything is energy. Everything you touch, everything you see, everything you feel is energy. Now, for me, back in 1987, this was a pretty radical thinking. But then in 2022 and 2023, I got much more information on the expansion of God's potential, that God could be described as movement of energy into expression, into completion, and back into the origin. And this process takes place, throughout universes. The information came that we think there's only one God, but there are many gods, in the sense of being the source of light and life and experience that this takes place in more, well, places, because it's the only way we can think about it, than we can comprehend. And so my word for God is eternal, because this waving into expression, bringing the experience back to source origin, this is an eternal movement. It has no beginning. It has no end. It is infinite. So I'd love to hear what you think about your understanding of the word we use, God. All right. Until I see you again, please be well and please be blessed. Thanks for coming.